From broke to boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
First-time owner-operator, considering everything that can happen in your first 30 days. We got Mike here to break it down, a few questions, so you can see what time it is. All right, guys, so check this out. What things did you have lined up before the big day?
Quite a few, as many as I was able to. So I had the company lined up already, the one that I'm going to be pulling for. I obviously had the corporation open already. The only things that we're pretty much left to do was the IRP, which you cannot do without having an actual truck. The possession of a truck, the IFTA, I think, was somewhere mid-process, and the bobtail insurance. Everything else was ready to go on day one.
Here we go. What truck did you end up buying, and how much you pay for it, man?
That was a 1998 Volvo 610, and again, remember that was about 2002-ish, and that would be the truck equivalent of today of about $60,000, $70,000 something.
Okay, so I mean,
but before anybody jumps in and says, "Oh, I told you the trucks were cheap and the rates were the same." No, like my first owner operator gig was paying me 84 cents per mile empty, and we would not pay for the first 100 miles, and 86 cents loaded. So that was the owner operators pretty much.
so they probably always gave you that deadhead, like 99 miles.
No, it wasn't like that. It was give or take, but it was anywhere between 500 miles, nothing to laugh at. Sometimes it was right around the corner.
All right, man. So that truck, that 98 that you actually have, was that the truck you were actually looking for, or you just stepped into it with open options?
Any truck that I bought afterwards, I was always open for options. That specific truck, because it was my first and only, I was very, very specific about it. I bought it from Aero Truck Sales.
Okay.
And I remember when I walked into the dealership, I told them exactly what they want. They want Volvo 610. Well, 610 or 660. That was the only option that they had open. With Detroit diesel engine and 13-speed manual transmission. That was my requirements. We checked the inventory. There was only one truck in the United States in Aero's possession that meets that criteria. I paid $1,000 to bring it in, and I bought that truck.
You know what? While you talk about that $1,000 to bring in, we get a lot of comments all the time. Guys go to the truck. Would you have done that differently, or what do you say about that? I say it depends. That's a possibility. However, I think I think it's probably easier to bring the truck in, because if you go out there to pick a truck, let's say if you're in Florida and your truck is somewhere in Iowa, you're gonna go to Iowa, and then you don't know nothing in Iowa. You don't have any mechanics in Iowa. You don't know absolutely nothing. The best you can do, unless you're very mechanically inclined, right,
and have tools and computers to hook up to the truck, you're very limited. So I would say it's easier to get the truck in, and then technically, if you don't like the truck, once you bring it in, as long as you're not walking away, as long as you're still buying a truck, you just say
not that,
or that truck has this issue that needs to be fixed.
Right.
We have to either fix it or we have to give you the money back. So in my case, the truck worked just fine. Everything on the truck actually worked, so it wasn't a problem. But I would say buying it in your own area is always beneficial, because you always, if you're serious about it, you have people in the trucking circles that can help you out to make a good decision.
Okay.
Plus, you're not in a rush. For example, you go in, something you don't like, you can tell the dealer, look, man, that has to be fixed. And then before you pay the down payment, you have a lot of leverage, a lot of power.
Here we go.
If you are out there, however,
Now you're limited on time because now every day you spend there is costing you money.
Plus, you're probably only on a one-way ticket anyway, so that adds up as well.
Yep.